Hey everyone, this is Kevin from thechesswebsite.com, and today we're going to be going over the Reti opening, and the Reti opening starts out with knight to f3. This is a hyper-modern chess opening, which, if you're not too familiar with that term, just basically means you're attacking the center with your minor pieces, which are your knight and your bishop, instead of using your pawns at the beginning. Obviously, eventually we will get our pawns involved, but this move right off the bat just develops our knight, which allows us to castle kingside quicker, and at the same time attacks and defends the d4 and the e5 square, which are vital squares in any chess game in the center. Now, as you can see from this opening, and this right here is actually just the opening, just that one simple move, but it can transpose into a lot of different openings, and so the main line for the Reti basically all depends on which route you want to go. You can transpose into the Roy Lopez, you can transpose into the Queen's Gambit, the English. So we'll go ahead and get into those. It's a move that if you like to mix things up and you don't like to get trapped into maybe some of the defined defenses that people have, you can kind of mix this into your game because you can basically transpose into any opening that you would like. So just one example, knight to f3. Black a lot of times will just come to pawn to d5. From here we can kind of transpose into the English, which is the c4. Obviously black can capture, but then we can just bring our pawn here to the e3 square. Kind of like the Queen's Gambit, our bishop will be here. We can always bring our queen into the action if we need an extra defender. But from here, black can come, let's say e6. Probably not going to take this, although you may see it. From here, we're going to bring up to d4. And you can see it really starting to look like the Queen's Gambit. From here, black develops to f6. And then from here, we have knight to c3. And this right here is the Queen's Gambit declined, and we got here solely from the Reti opening, so you can already see. Another variation you may see just is black mares on the opposite side to c3, and then here we can just simply bring our pawn to e4, attacking this light square, and we're attacking the dark squares with our knight here. And then if black decides to bring his pawn to e5, then right here you can already see that we can go into a Gioco piano, starting at the bishop to c4 square, or we can just play the Roy Lopez, the bishop to b5. And then obviously we talked about we can start out here, and then if black decides to come to d5, which is probably the most common opening that you will see, and then white can respond just simply pawn to e4, and then really doesn't matter where black goes. Again, if he does take, we can just bring our pawn to e3 and attack that piece, and if we need to bring extra attackers into it, we can easily regain that piece, as you can probably tell. But from here, black may develop, and we're just going to develop just like we would in any English opening. Did another video on the English opening if you want to check that out. But from here, if you were just to look at this, you might not even know which way white started. If he started with pawn to c4, and then brought his knight to c3, and then developed f3. You just can't really tell, because with the Reti opening, it can just transpose into many different openings. One of the big openings that you'll see a lot of times with this is the King's Indian defense. And the King's Indian defense is a very popular opening with the Reti opening, and I'll be doing a video on the King's Indian the King's Indian attack. I'll be doing a video on this a little bit later. But the King's Indian attack, basically you're going to fianchetto your bishop, and then it's going to look a whole lot. Let me get this this image up for you guys here. it's going to look like this image right here. The bishop is fianchettoed on the g2 square, attacking this diagonal. The knight here on f3 is where we developed at the beginning, and then we have brought our knight here to the d2 square where he can easily access more squares, and from here we can even fianchetto our bishop on the queen side, obviously with our light square bishop fianchettoed on the g2 square. We're going to castle on the king side, and this is a very good attack. It gives white a lot of different options. As you can see, we have great center control. Our control is right now focused on the light squares, due to the fact that our main pawn here on e4 is attacking the light squares. But this is just another opening that the Reti opening can transpose to. So hopefully you gather from this that the Reti opening is a great opening if you like a lot of versatility in your openings. If you like to change things up and you like to play your openings dependent on what your opponent does, instead of having a defined attack at the beginning and letting black counter that. The Reti opening is definitely something that you can transpose into a lot of different openings. So study the Reti as far as different openings that you would like to play with it. And if you know the King's Indian attack, the Queen's Gambit, and the English opening pretty well, then this actually could be a very good opening for you, as you can basically dive into those three openings very quickly, as well as the Roy Lopez, which you'll see often too. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, helps out a lot. Leave comments for me, questions, if there's any other videos you guys want to see, and please rate the videos, appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next video.